You know what I'm saying? Let me zoom in.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
This is the Fox D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at foxdnetwork.com.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everyone? This is the All Sports All Plays Network. This your boy Freddie Henderson. I'm to be the moderator for the night. Right next to me, we got my dude Jay. What's going on, Jay?
Oh man. You know, it started being a normal thing. Every time I get up on here, gotta tell you about another W. But it's been a great week, man. Here recognizing breast cancer awareness week as well. So we got a great show ahead of us.
You know, my dude Jay, he's feeling some type of way. But you know, he's gonna be like them Cowboy fans. When they fall, I'm gonna come after them, and then I will see the reaction.
Birds have wings.
They're my Super Bowl
before we hit the ground.
Hey, and one thing that we've noticed, my dude Mike at the bottom, Mike, stand up. But he had to sit down yesterday because that bad man and Aaron Rodgers, they told him he owned y'all. He literally told y'all he still owned y'all. What's up, Mike?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. Like, one more game, and it's done. I'm free. He's gone. Probably Devontae too. You know, Justin Fields looked good. He really did hold his own. It wasn't as bad as a game as the score tells you, 24-14. I mean, it was a close game. It really wasn't. It was a close game all throughout. And we didn't have half our offensive line. They didn't have half of their offensive line. It was fun. David Montgomery, I truly believe David Montgomery's in that game. It's a 3-point game. But Khalil Herbert, 97 yards against the Packers defense, got him in the 6th round, rookie running back. Great day. Justin Fields looked good. I say come December, a little bit more, you know, going against the Ravens, going against the 49ers, the Cardinals, going against a few teams. I think by the time December rolls around, Justin's going to be ready for Green Bay.
Want to say shout out to Isaiah Luane that's watching the show. Shout out to you.
Oh, Freddie, wait, real quick. Freddie. Shout out my girls in the Shy. Shout out to the Chicago Sky, WNBA champions. Peace to Diana Taurasi. Come on, Jay. What was you talking about? You said Diana.
No. I gotta give it up. To him. I mean, look, they came out. You got Candace Parker. Mm-hmm. Is right up there in the top 5 greatest of all time. Come on, and what she did, let's not pretend and look past or not shed light upon what she did. She came from winning championship in LA to come home and first year win a championship in Chicago. I mean, that feat right there is great. And to beat the GOAT while doing it, I mean, Deanna Taurasi is the greatest of all time, if you ask me.
Let's talk about it, Jay. I know you follow Phoenix very heavily, no matter what it is. Arizona.
Hey, Arizona, everything.
Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi are Kobe and Shaq in the WNBA. I'll go out there and say it. This woman, 6'9", was giving us buckets. What the hell? Is that Kim Jong-un?
hey, I'm glad you said it because I was thinking it. I said, what in the world?
Yo.
Anyways, hey, he's a basketball fan, so maybe I don't know.
I rock with him.
No, but she's a beast. She plays like a footer, man. And the crazy part was the way they started that game, the game before last, she had 10 straight points.
Right.
10 straight points to start the game. Nobody else shot the ball.
I said in the podcast from the jump, if you can, all respect to Diana, but I feel like because of what the Sky do and what they bring to the table, as long as you can stop Brittany, you could win that series in 3. But unfortunately, there was, what was it, game 2? Brittany was giving them the business. And I felt like even in this game, we were down 14 in the fourth quarter. So
Tarazi was hitting her shots.
Oh, dude,
and
it was nuts. What's up, Zach?
That's the biggest thing there. That's the biggest part about it.
It was awesome. But shout out to my Sky. First championship in franchise history. And Candace has signed a multi-year contract. So we're going to have to see a couple more. Be nice to see if Derrick Rose could come in at some point. Do something for the Windy City. But I'll take it. I'll take this one. I'll take my dub.
Hey, all our viewers watching the show, you keep chiming in and you follow our page, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on YouTube, leave some comments. Whoever do it the most, we have a chance to win a free T-shirt to all our viewers.
At the end of the month. So, yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
But let's get into it, gentlemen. Let's get into it. Today's a good day. I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna throw a little swing, a curveball on this. I mentioned it in the group chat. We're gonna start the show off with our top 5 teams heading into week 7. I'm gonna give the man his glory. I'm gonna let him toot his horn. I'm gonna let him have his moment. I'm gonna let him have his pride and joy. We all know where he's going number 1, but we're gonna let Jake take the first stab at it.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, we're 6-0. We've beaten, in my opinion, 4 playoff possible teams this year. I've said it since the beginning. The NFC West is going to field possibly 3 playoff teams this year as well. And we got the best team in the NFL, hands down, in the best division in football right now. So my Cardinals are number 1. Tampa Bay is going to come in here in second. When you're 5-1 and you got Tom Brady on your side, Rob Gronkowski's been out now, 2 going on 3 weeks. You never skipped a beat.
I think we're going on 4.
Yeah, maybe even 4. But you never even skipped a beat. It didn't even feel like they missed them. Ronald Jones has been banged up here and there. Didn't feel like it's been an issue at all. Leonard Fournette's killing it. So you got to go Tampa number 2. After that, you got a lot of 5-1 teams in the NFC, but the Ravens, I wanted to put them at number 2 because that boy is bad. No one can stop him. There's no secret weapon. There's no secret sauce. The only way you can stop him is if he has an O next to his name before the game starts, and unless he's out. That's the only way you can stop that man. Hollywood is coming alive. Finally, he's coming up to stride. He's looking strong the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if those running backs did not get hurt, if Gus Edwards and Dobbins if they did not get hurt, this team might be undefeated. Because the fight in a lot of these games that we're watching the Baltimore Ravens go through, it comes down to heart. It's nothing else. It comes down to heart. Lamar Jackson is not losing the game. If it's up to him, he ain't losing it. So I got the Ravens sitting at number 3. We're watching Buffalo right now tonight. I still pick them to win tonight. Shut down King Henry, so to speak. Julio Jones hasn't really came into flourished yet. He's been banged up. So Tennessee's kind of hampered this year. A.J. Brown banged up. So I got them losing tonight and Buffalo securing that 4th spot. And really, to be honest, man, that number 5 spot can kind of go either way. You got Green Bay and you got the Rams. And honestly, I'm going to give it to the Rams just because they lost to us. That's it. That's the only blemish they got on their record. That's supposed to happen. We know what it looked like. That's supposed to happen. But the Rams are polished too. And Kupp looks amazing this year. So he might be, my candidate for most improved player of the year.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give mine. Number 1, you had to give it to the Cardinals. I mean, they're 6-0. I mean, they do have valuable wins under their belt. You know, when you look at Kyler Murray, you know, you look at a quarterback, you look at him as a quarterback, you like, you know, yes, he can run the football, but he can also throw the football as well. I don't believe DeAndre Hopkins have really woken up yet. I don't believe I don't even think he's even got started to what we'll see in a couple weeks. I believe that he's, you know, about to start cranking it up. And I'll tell you, man, about them getting Zach Ertz, this is a wonderful time. Larry Fitzgerald said, you know what? I'm ready to come back and lace it back up one more time. You know, hey, I think this is the perfect time because, hey, they do have Super Bowl admiration, this upcoming season. So you have to put them number one. Number two, I don't have the Buccaneers there. Number two, the reason being because I'm looking at my top two team. What's the most smoothest, most effective team that have not had too many bumps along the way? And like you said, Jay, you mentioned the Ravens. When you look at the Ravens, even though they had those running backs out the beginning of the season, but this time I believe it's time to start saying
you better not go to the discount double check.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is the time that, you know, I think it's time for us to say, you know, they might be the ones to be beat in the AFC. It might not, because we've seen the fall off from the Chiefs this year. So that's why I'm putting number two. Lamar Jackson has been playing phenomenal. This dude has proven the doubters wrong that he can throw the football. I mean, this team is clicking on all cylinders. Even the games that they should lose, that they're even like it look like they're about to lose, they find a way. And like you said, they find it hard to find a way to win. And that's no disrespect to Tom Brady and them. Because I mean, look. Then I have number three. You have to have Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just for the reasons you said, Jay. Dealing with injuries, winning tough games. You know, they won that New England game. They could have went, you know, either way. To be honest with you, going when they went to Miami, you know, handled their business against a team they should have handled their business against. And then on a short week going to Philadelphia, beating the Eagles. So they're my number three. Number four, I agree with you, has to be the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen and those the guys are moving. And just like I said about DeAndre Hopkins, you had say the same thing about Stephon Diggs. This is how you know Stephon Diggs have not been rolling. Diggs from the Cowboys have more touchdowns than him. I do not expect that to last. I expect him to get cranked up because you got Cole Beasley in the crew, and Josh Allen and them are having a phenomenal year. But number five, I'm sorry, I will not put anybody over. He's a bad. He's not just a bad man anymore. He's a bad man. Yes, everybody wanted to slander this man's name when they lost. They got blown out by the Saints. He giving up. He's over. He don't want to play no more. He don't want to be there no more. And nobody mentioned what he's done lately. Now, yes, no, he did not throw. He barely threw 200 yards on yesterday. But you know what he did yesterday? He went in there and said, you know what? I'm going to do what it takes to win the game. I don't have to go in. I'm not going to throw the game away. I'm going to just go in there, do what I need to do. And guess what he did? What you guys criticized this man, what he did in the divisional game last year.
He made up for it.
He got run on the 8-yard line. What did he do on the 16?
He showed you he could run.
Hey, showed you that he could run.
Exactly. And that's the thing, though, Freddie. You got to remember, though, when you talk about these divisional games, that's what it's supposed to do. And you got a veteran quarterback that we consider as top 3 quarterback in the game going up against a guy, like I said last week, who's still wet behind his ears. And we're dealing with the coach that they're fighting. The fans, the city are trying to fight this dude out. They're trying to get him out of there. So because you know what I'm saying? So the play calling and all that stuff is not flowing. So when I look at that, I don't give, a big exclamation point next to that win for Green Bay. Actually, I look at it as more of a moral victory for Chicago. You're talking about
they celebrate those in the NFL?
It's not about a celebration.
I didn't know they celebrated moral victories. Please, you sound like a doggone Cowboy fan, Jay. Get out of here.
No. You
get out of here, man.
At some point, you got to look at it like this. You got a team in Chicago that, to me, last year it was looking rough, really bad. And let's be honest. When the draft started last year, it looked rough. They stumbled upon. they stumbled upon Fields.
Yep.
They stumbled upon Fields. Fields was like, all right, we're going to go take this shovel here. We're going to stick it into the side of this mountain, and we're going to hope we find platinum or gold.
Right.
And by God,
that's just when we start celebrating more victories, though. That's what I want.
But it's not about that.
You just mentioned
it. Hold on, Jay. I remember a week 2, week 3 where Daniel Jones was looking real nice, but them Giants lost, and you said it's a moral victory because now that I know,
no, Jay, no.
Run the tape back, Nate.
I'm telling you,
Nate.
Jay. Just like my mama say, if you go say something I say, you repeat it right what I said. I remember exactly what I said.
What were the words you chose?
I remember exactly what I
were
said.
The words?
And I'm not gonna say I don't remember word by word, but I know what I said.
You gonna remember exactly what you said.
What I said was, the Giants lost, but Daniel Jones did look good. That's not celebrating no moral victory.
No, that's not. That wasn't what you said. That was an easy way out.
Well, go play what I said then, Jason. You know what I said.
We'll pull it up. We'll have it here for the next show. We'll have it here for the next show.
Find it. Think I don't got the time. All I do is watch movies in my college classes. Think I don't got the time.
Mike, give us your top 5, man, heading to week 7.
I've been waiting for this one for a minute. Obviously, get Jay out the way. Cardinals at 1. Don't gotta explain that. It's its own thing. That's mad respect. And I had them at my number 1 at the beginning of the year when I said Chandler Jones is gonna be my defensive player of the year. It kind of showed out for me week 1. Kind of slowed down since, but he's still rocking. He's still doing his thing. It's hard to continue 5 sacks a week. I can't be mad at him for it. But yeah, Kyler, he's short. He's undersized. He can't really throw. Can't see over the line. That's cap. And he's showing that's cap. And it would be interesting to see Larry coming out. It's the same situation though, I think, with Calvin Johnson and a couple other cats that it's just not in them anymore. And they just, you know what I mean? Like they're satisfied with their career. So I don't see Larry coming back realistically. Especially now with Ertz being on the books. Ertz ain't no cheap deal. So, depending on whether the Eagles are paying that or the Cardinals, it would have to be a very, very team friendly deal, almost making nothing. Just being like, all right, well, we got you a ring. You know what I mean? Like you might be making teacher money, but it's
not about the money for Fitzgerald now. It's all about winning.
That's what I mean, though. We don't know what it's all about. We don't know how much it really plays into him.
Honestly, he could still be nagging on some injuries, man, because he wasn't looking the same the last couple of years.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I will say Cardinals at 1. Number 2, I've been saying this for a few years now, and I'm agreeing with Freddie. I got my guy, Lamar Jackson at 2. And I'll say it for one reason. I feel like Diggs touchdown, God, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But I'm going up against a guy with Diggs in fantasy right now. So that's a bad time. But I got
Josh Allen. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I need Josh Allen to score me 50. I'm not having any luck.
He's got Josh Allen too. I didn't even think about that. Damn. But anyways, I got the Ravens at 2 just because, like Jay said, yesterday, did y'all watch that game yesterday? Did you? Because when I saw Le'Veon Bell score a touchdown and I saw number 17, I said, who the hell is that? I said, who is that? And I look and I go, it's Le'Veon Bell. I go, ooh. And then Freeman was looking nice. I said, ooh. I said, these boys looking a little nice. So I do like what I'm seeing. I think Harbaugh finally is clicking. He's finally having that fire that he hasn't had in so many years since those early days, man. Like we're talking a long time. We're talking 10-year-old Mike Hughes out the cut. So I'm really liking what we're seeing right now. I'm really liking Lamar Jackson. Really, I'm excited to see what Bateman has to offer. Bateman has barely even scratched the surface of being a part of this offense. And once he gets implemented, he's going to be a dog. At 3, Tampa. Cut it. We already know. We already got that. At 4, I got, surprisingly, the Rams. And I got them over Josh Allen right now for one specific reason, is that this team's been there before. The majority of this team has been there to the Super Bowl before, aside from Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford. But that
who are both studs.
Right. Both studs who I believe you could count on in the playoffs. But again, you never know until you know. We got to see how that works with Stafford. We got to see how that – I mean, I think you can count on Ramsey no matter what. But Stafford being QB1 under the lights after so many years, I love him, but I'm really curious to see how that goes. I got the Rams ahead of Josh Allen just because of the organization from up top to bottom. Sean McVay and all of them understand what it's like to be a Super Bowl caliber team and to come up short. So I feel like, did they not go to a Super Bowl, Freddie?
Who knows how to be a Super Bowl team? You said the Rams?
Were they not in a Super Bowl? Like,
you can be in it, but did you achieve it? Did you win it?
They understand.
Boy, I tell you,
and who did they lose to? Number 3 on the list.
It don't matter, Mike. But you can't say, "Oh, this team knows how to."
Like
why are you fighting with me, bro?
I'm not fighting with you, Mike.
I'm telling you, I got them at 4 because I feel like compared to who I have at 5, this whole organization knows what it's like to be championship caliber football team. They came up short in the very end. They lost to a team that won 6 championships in the last, I don't know how many years.
But that don't make you know how to win championships. I mean, obviously they don't know how to win championships because they could not get over the obstacle.
Get there, Freddie. They know what it takes.
Okay, that's better to say.
I mean, how many teams know how to win championships, Freddie? Over the last 10 years, how many teams, Freddie?
Well, I know my team. I know my team do. What about yours? Okay, then.
Anyways, at 5, I got the Buffalo Bills. I like the Buffalo Bills and what they're doing, and I have them at 5. And you know what? Freddie's going to give a look, and I got a perfect explanation for you, bro.
I'm not giving you no look. This your list, not mine.
The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, what they're doing, how they're clicking right now as an overall team. I mean, look at Knox, their tight end. I mean, he's looking great, and he's by no means a top 10 tight end in this league. Josh Allen is making everybody on this team look better. They have an amazing rookie running back in Moss. They have a great defense going on. My thing with Green Bay and why I don't want to put Green Bay on there yet is because of exactly what we talked about. I mean, Justin Fields and a rookie quarterback was hanging with them for a very long time. You know, we're talking, I mean, and their offensive line just continues to get banged up. Savage is out, you know, now, and Alexander is out, and there's a rookie corner starting right now. This entire defense, you know, Green Bay has not done enough to help Aaron Rodgers this offseason to get to that next level. Lazard is nice, but Lazard's not going to get you there. We've seen that in years past. You know, Devontae Adams, a dog. You know, Aaron Jones, a dog. But at the end of the day, this is a 53-man roster, and I feel like Green Bay hasn't done enough yet to give Aaron Rodgers those weapons. And Freddie, you can make any face you want, but what I'm trying to say is you were neck and neck with the Lions going into the fourth quarter. You barely got past the Bengals, and the Bears were giving you the business. And to be quite honest, if the Bears offensive line and David Montgomery, who was a top 5 running back at the beginning and throughout these last few games, if he was in this game, I'm really curious to see how that goes. And if we had somewhat of a competent play caller, I'm curious to see how this game goes. You did not have a great game. Aaron Rodgers only threw 195 yards. We're talking
about all he needed to do, Mike. Did they win or did they lose?
And what I'm trying to explain to you is, though,
you act like he need to go out there and throw for 500 yards. He won the game.
Jay lets a brother finish, but you never let a brother finish. What I'm
finish there.
You did exactly what you need to do with a secondary that is Jalen Johnson by himself. What I'm trying to tell you is when you're going against that secondary that's healthy against the Panthers, against, you know, you're talking about the Tampa Bay Bucks, you're talking about the Rams, you're talking about other guys, you got to do a lot better than 195 yards, and you can't just skate by and hope your defense hangs, because this isn't a rookie quarterback in Justin Fields. We're talking about, you know, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson type S guys. We're not talking, and Tom Brady, you know, who's been giving him the business for years. So what
195 ain't gonna cut against Kyler Murray. 195 ain't gonna cut against Baker Mayfield.
I mean, y'all sound so delusional right now. Do you really believe Aaron Rodgers gonna throw 190? Man, stop.
Do you really believe that the Packers have had more than 2 good wins this year?
So he playing. So wait. So you're saying that he playing down?
All I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers going in there. He's not going to go in there, and he's not going to overdo.
You're saying he's playing down.
What I'm saying, don't put words in my mouth because I didn't say that, Jay. What I'm saying is he's not going to go out there and lose you the football game. He's not going to go out there and do too much.
No, we're not arguing that.
So that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, look who he's playing the Bears.
Right, and that's what my point was, though, Freddie, but you don't listen to that. What I'm saying is this is a 53-man roster, and they have not given this man enough help on either side of the ball to be effective against these teams who literally were like, you know what, we're great. We got great DBs. You know what, F it. Let's bring in Richard Sherman because we feel like it. I'm trying to say right now, Aaron's a dog. Aaron's that man. Has he owned us? Yes, he's owned us. But guess what? The Green Bay Packers haven't. throughout the history.
So shout out to my man Antoine Trotter right there. But no, I 1,000% agree with them. You're talking about a guy who has spent most of his career in the pocket. And granted, the Chicago Bears have fielded some great defenses over the years. However, when you look at the NFC West and the competition there, the speed
wouldn't it be a problem
in the way that they attack the quarterback, and in the way that the defenses are that move out there. I don't know, man. I think
wouldn't
at this
it be
point,
a problem?
I think
Jared Goff can last out there the long as he did, and Rodgers can too.
Could he? I mean, Jared Goff was injured a lot, and he got traded.
I'm done talking about this stuff because you being disrespectful. You think this is going to be a meat man?
I wanted to do something for the first time in ASAP history. Maybe Mike's going to transition to the next topic because it's been something it's been on my mind for a little bit.
Hold on, before we do, Mike. Before we do, I'm going to let you get that. But I did want to go back to Suggs. He asked a question up here. So before we go, Tanner, I think that's what it was. Yeah, on Tanner. That's actually a really good question. He does get hurt a lot. Suggs. The only thing about Tanner that I really like, and I think that's really what's kept him on the team, is his special teams help and how good he is and how good of a fit he is in our defense. We can plug and play him on either side, and when we need to. So I think that he still hangs around unless we get a late draft pick, this time around next year. So I don't know. I don't see him going.
I don't know if you remember this guy, Jay. He's your Kevin White of the Bears. Like he does just enough to make the roster.
Yes.
He's just never healthy enough to be there.
But he does a little bit of everything.
Right. And you could put him and you could plug him in anywhere. But Freddie, I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna go to the next topic because I've been thinking about it. We're talking about Odell Beckham Jr. Pissed, livid, doesn't want to be there anymore.
I see where you're going with this.
What I'm trying to tell you is if Green Bay, and this is my personal opinion, were to go out there and say, you know what, it's the last dance, and Devontae Adams might be leaving too. So you might as well give Jordan Love something going into next year. Let's get Odell Beckham. We're going to run it with Rodgers, Jones, Lazard, Adams, and I don't know why I said Lazard first, but and Odell. And we're going to run it like that. You got your offensive tackle coming back, Pro Bowler in a couple of weeks after that Achilles injury or ACL injury. You'll see what happens. What do you guys think for Odell? Best scenario right now. Where is he going? I got Green Bay. Personally, I think Green Bay has to be there.
I have two teams. It's Green Bay or the Chiefs. When you talking about the Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs first. What has he done? What has the Packers done for him since 2010? Zach, tell me that.
That wasn't Zach's question. Zach's question was,
what has Eric done? Won an MVP. You see what he done. You see what he done. Look what he has done.
Hey,
you know what he done.
4 NFC championship chokes.
But guess what?
What?
He ain't been bad as the Bears, not heavy. But anyway, let me go ahead and answer your question.
I just wanted to give a shout out to all the fans out here showing us some support, backing us. Mike, don't you feel great that they hear us out there?
I hope you're happy.
They hear us out there.
I don't need nobody. I don't care. They can back you. Hey, my feelings. That's what you want. That's not hurting.
You and Aaron can go take your little Hawaii trip.
Just a cut.
Fred's gonna come back from the island with a man bun and everything.
But like I was saying, the Chiefs, when they was on their little dominant run, they was heavy at the wide receiver spot. They was heavy in skill positions. This is the lowest that we've seen them in a while. If you bring an Odell Beckham Jr. in there, Zach, stand up. Zach, stand up. Hey, you bring Odell Beckham in there, it opens up for Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and everybody else. But I do believe Green Bay you do need him the most is because, Odell Beckham Jr., he's a great route runner. When you talk about you put him in the slot, he can open a whole lot of things. It's no more double teaming Adams anymore. And you know what? OBJ won't have the problem that he had in New York. He won't have the problem like he had in Cleveland right now. Aaron Rodgers would know how to get this man the football. The Aaron Rodgers would find a way to make it work. He would be a pivotal piece in that offense because, they don't have that many pieces in that offense. And let's not forget Aaron Rodgers, not Baker Mayfield as well. So I mean, let's just pump the brakes on that.
My thing with the Chiefs and your take on that before Jay goes is I don't think they have the salary cap to be able to do something like that. I just don't. You couldn't even keep Sammy Watkins. And you only get Josh Gordon because, I mean, we're not gonna get into why they got Josh Gordon, but yikes. But it's definitely something where I think it's nice to have. And also, hold on, let Jay go because I'm not even gonna talk about Patrick Mahomes and that situation that happened yesterday. We're gonna leave it alone, but just know
Anthony, I like that. I like that idea a lot, actually, a really lot. Just on the New England side, I don't know how fruitful it or how it manifests, but I really do like that idea.
Yeah.
And I agree too. KC doesn't need any more offense, unless we're talking about the offensive line. And they
don't need O-line at all.
No, they need O-line. They got rid of their whole offensive line. Whole new offensive line.
They don't need O-line. Like, go look at
they made a whole. Yeah, they don't have no one from last year. And I don't think they're working.
They have upgraded the O-line. That's why they was limited to do what they did on other parts.
You call it an upgrade on paper, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Dude haven't been sacked under 5 times, Jay.
I think I saw him get sacked twice yesterday.
Twice. It's still under 5
in the same game. But anyways, I don't know, man. I'm kind of a devil's advocate on this. The only thing that I don't like about this situation is the marriage. It's not good for locker room antics. It's not good for things like that. But I think the Cleveland Browns kind of hit their plateau with the team, with the roster that they have. And it's sad to say because I think they have one of the best running back tandems in the league. I think they could have had one of the best wide receiver tandems in the league. I also, blame a lot of this on, Njoku. David Njoku has been really, really good. He stepped up really well. And then they got also Peoples-Jones. Between the two of them, those are two.
Austin Hooper's still out there too.
Yeah, I mean, they got to attack at the tight end position, and that's not even factoring in Landry. That's not even factoring in any of their actual other receivers. Joku's accounted for 15 receptions, 266 yards receiving. He's number 1 receiving. Then you got Peoples-Jones with 13 receptions, 228 yards receiving. He's number 2. Number 3, now you bring in OBJ. OBJ is 3rd on the team in receptions, 3rd on the team in receiving yards, 3rd on the team with average yards per reception. Okay, and you're talking about he's supposed to be your best receiver on the team. Now, 2 things. Number 1, this comes down to how good is Cleveland's front office, because now you got a Madonna that has done this twice in situations.
Who's the Madonna?
OBJ.
OBJ haven't done nothing, Jay. What are you talking about?
He fought his way out of New York. I don't care what you say.
Well, what has he done right now, Jay?
He's about to fight his way out of Cleveland.
But has he done it? Has he done it? You can't call a man a Madonna if he haven't done nothing this year.
It's starting to come.
When? Where's your
making that stuff making it to the media? His nose should be in the turf right now. His nose should be in the turf right now. Okay? His nose should be in the turf.
So you say you call a dude a Madonna, but you have no proof.
Oh, the Madonna. I don't need any more proof from Cleveland.
You do need proof.
Oh no, I don't. You didn't see the sideline antics in New York?
I'm talking about right now. Where is your proof
in don't change anything that already happened. They don't change anything that's already happened.
They do, because the dude has not been that same dude.
I will say though, Freddie, say in Jay's defense, I feel like with Allen Robinson being on the franchise tag with the Bears, they ask him every single week, "Do you want to be a part of part of the Chicago Bears?" And he says, "Yes, my heart's in it right now, and we're going to deal with that in the offseason." But
guess what? He's still getting the football, Mike. He's still getting the football. Your quarterback still know how to give that man the football.
Odell dodges the question.
Can I attack you with some facts there, Freddie?
I mean,
Odell
Beckham don't see any facts. I mean,
Odell Beckham is number 3 in receptions, number 1 in targets. He has 27 targets this year to David Njoku's 15. I'm sorry, 19 targets. Njoku has 19 targets, 15 receptions. OBJ has 27 targets with 14 receptions.
And
what are you talking about?
3 games.
What are you talking about?
So think about if he played those.
I'm about to pull the stats. You
speak
facts. I can speak facts too.
No, pull them up. I just told you what they were. Research my stats. Review my stats. Those are the stats. You can't pull up new stats. They don't exist. Those are the stats. Now, when you look at that, you're telling me that this dude is the problem. Is they need to give him the ball more?
Okay, you ready?
What are you trying to say?
You ready for the stats? I got them right here. Let's go.
What are you going to
So he came in week 3, okay?
Oh, you're going to break it down week by week.
Oh, I sure am. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I sure am.
All right.
No, hold up, coach. Coach commented, said, Mike Hughes, why you got your little brother shirt on? First of all, bro, listen. Listen. It was that Target. It was the only big shirt, and it's a small. So listen. I'm trying to support breast cancer awareness week. If you hating on me, you hating on breast cancer awareness.
Tell him, Mike. Tell him, Mike. Hey,
so
breast cancer awareness week, y'all. You know,
listen. He came in at week 3.
Coach, let me live.
He came in at week 3. Okay. He had 5 receptions for 77 yards. Okay.
Numbers. Okay.
So that's decent. Okay. So week 4 against the Vikings, he had 2 receptions, 27 yards.
Okay.
Week 5, he had 2 receptions, 20 yards. Week 6, 5 receptions for 79 yards.
Now do me a favor.
This is Odell Beckham Jr.
Now
Put
do me
some
a favor.
respect on this man named Jay. And you know what?
No, do me a favor. Slide the bar right on over and look at the section that says drops.
Well, maybe if his quarterback know how to put him in the position to throw the football. If you giving Baker Mayfield
you know how they account. You know what qualifies a drop.
I'm not going to let you do that, Jay.
I'm not going to let you do that. You know what qualifies a drop.
I'm not going to let you do that. If your quarterback can't get you the football and he can't put you in a position to win, no.
27 targets and 14 receptions.
Jay.
He always is on top of the league and drops every year. Don't give me the OBJ stuff. Don't give me that.
Jay, Odell Beckham Jr. No, you want to, you don't want to bring
just
no
call him
facts to the
Junior.
table. I brought a fact. This man get 2 receptions.
No more OBJ.
2 receptions, please get us out of here. Get out of here.
You're proving my point.
No, I'm not proving your point. You call this man a Madonna this year, and he has not done anything. He hasn't thrown no temper tantrum. He's not doing what he did in New York. Jay, no.
He ain't catching the ball.
And I'm not gonna let you off the hook with that.
He ain't. I don't need to be on no hooks, and I don't need to be on no hooks.
Hey, you slid some kind of dribble out here. That's not true.
He can't catch the football.
No, his quarterback can't give him the football.
Every one of them he ever had.
Eli Manning was the aging quarterback. There was times where this man was wide open. He can't give him the football. Now he's with a young Baker Mayfield who cares more about his celebrity status, who cares more about making commercials, who cares more about proving that he can lead this team to win instead of going to his star-studded receiver. When we saw Odell Beckham Jr. come in last season, said, I'm going to give it my all. He went out there and sacrificed for the team. He went out there and did this and did that. He's not going to go out there and throw a temper tantrum because he knows what people like you and the media are going to do. Want to go after him for wanting to win.
Leading receiver on their team.
Now, because Landry's hurt, Jay.
No.
I mean, you act like this dude have Patrick Mahomes throwing the football. Stop it. I'm not pumping Baker up. No.
Yeah, nothing to do with Baker.
He's a bum quarterback where nobody want to go after him like they do everybody else.
Well, I like how you changed the narrative.
I'm not changing the narrative. Your quarterback got to be able to give you the ball.
We see him get the ball. He got the ball 27 times. He drops the ball.
Odell. Jay,
you say what?
Do you watch Cleveland Brown games?
You say you'll take OBJ?
I'll take OBJ.
I mean, but I wouldn't. I mean, my team don't need a receiver like that. We don't like dropping the ball.
No, we don't need it either, but I'd like it.
Do you have a quarterback who know how to throw football? Yes, you do. Baker Mayfield don't know how to put the man in a position to throw a football. Aaron Rodgers would.
Baker Mayfield in the same conversation.
You haven't watched Baker Mayfield play football, so I'm done. Go watch him play, then we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, let's move on because you're losing on this one.
No, I'm not losing on this one. You sound as delusional as everybody else.
That's your favorite word because it ain't helping.
No, I mean,
I just want to hear the man say, "I just want to play football for the Cleveland Browns."
That's all. Just say, "Hey, man."
Why would he want to? Why would he want to play football there?
Well, because Freddie, in my eyes, he
didn't sign a contract. He got traded there.
Here's how my I mean, again,
there you get again.
Forced his way there.
He should sign a contract. He didn't
Thank you, Mike.
What I'm looking at it right now is from the perspective of as a locker room. What I look at, not Baker definitely doesn't help his case, but he isn't the same guy anymore. Double facts. But
we know he's not the same guy. How? He haven't been in that opportunity. Stop it.
Well, I mean, he hasn't done anything better, and he's torn his ACL since. So I wouldn't say he's the same guy. But what I'm trying to say,
well, we don't know that. We don't have no proof of that. You can say that, but you have no proof.
I look at the stats.
Show me proof. You have not shown me. No, he can't. You can't show me proof that he's in a better situation, Mike. I don't care what you show me with Baker Mayfield because he can't throw the football. He don't know how to. He's not a winning quarterback.
Why?
Because he's a bum. That's why.
Oh, that's why?
Yes, that's why.
Huh. So Mike Evans still wasn't a dog with Jameis Winston? So Cooper Kupp wasn't a dog with Jared
We're talking about Baker Mayfield.
But we're talking about wide receivers that aren't in good situation. Calvin Johnson wasn't a dog in Detroit?
I'm talking about Baker Mayfield.
Here's the one that's best. Here's the best one. So Justin Jefferson isn't good with Kirk Cousins?
Thank you.
Obviously, he is. He's not throwing the same football like they are to Odell. Y'all need to stop.
Kirk Cousins.
Obviously, y'all don't watch
better than Kirk Cousins.
JJ.
I'm done with it.
Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins, right?
I would say so.
Not by far. Not too far.
It's not too far, but it's in.
But Jefferson's figuring it out.
But guess what?
Here's what I'm saying. Freddie, wait. You just keep.
I'm done. Because y'all don't watch even football, so I'm done.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, like, as a locker room and a guy who's been in a locker room before, I feel like, when you have those questions, like for me, it was a situation where I'm looking at it should shine with the Vikings. Jesus Christ, please don't do that. But
I have to agree with Suggs.
Please don't do that. But OBJ deserves better than that. But I'll say this, Freddie. What I'm trying to say is, we had kids who, all right, well, did he pass his test? Because if he didn't pass his test, he's not going to play. And this kid's quiet the entire day and won't tell us if he passed his test or not. But OBJ, it's, all right, well, did he tell the media that he wants to be a part of this organization? And he's just sitting there. And everybody in that locker room just sitting there wondering, does he really want to play? There's these inner-spoken connections that people have, and they're talking. I promise you they're talking. They're probably wondering, what's going to happen with OBJ? Does this ruin our season? Is it going to blow up? Are we going to end up being the same old Browns of old? All I need from this man is to say, I don't care about the future right now until the end of the season. Let's finish this season out. Let's win a championship. And that's my focus right now. That's what Allen Robinson does. That's what so many other people do. And that's how you have to rock it. Look at Aaron Rodgers, your man. You want to talk about Madonnas? The guy all off season is putting on a parade, putting on a show, talking about I'm not going to be here. I'm not doing this. I'm retiring. Jeopardy, Hawaii, State Farm, all this other stuff. And then look what happens. Week 1, he's there, and he says, "I don't care about the future. We'll discuss it at the end of the year. But right now, I'm here to win a championship." And with Odell, all I need to do, bro, I'm not doubting his talent. All I need to hear from you is that you want to be here. That's
dang that. Why would I want to be like a bum franchise?
Because it's the professional thing to do.
No, that's not the best thing to do. Get out of here.
So Aaron Rodgers is wrong?
Odell Beckham Jr. is wrong for want to play for a bum franchise in the Browns who haven't done anything.
So wait, you think that he should be able to handpick what franchise he plays with?
No. What I'm saying is, Jay, since you want to put words in my mouth yet again,
I'm asking a question.
What I'm saying is, Odell Beckham Jr. don't have to. You don't owe that franchise a doggone thing because know why?
No. That's not but that's the difference. I think you're looking at it the wrong way. And then that's what Mike was trying to say. As a team, we're in here as a unit, and on that field, you can. But at
the end of the day, I know I can help you to win.
Hold on. Speaking of which, I hope what's his name yesterday from the I forgot the game. What game was that?
Kareem
Rams
Hunt?
game or
Kareem Hunt?
No, the Sunday night football game when old dude got hurt and injured and carted off the field. But you look at the Seahawks game. You look at a game like that where your brethren who's standing next to you, that, like Mike said, we don't know if he wants to be here. We don't know if he's going out here putting his life on the line the same way I am. And then your dude gets hurt and doesn't move and gets carted off the field, and they're worried about if he's going to move or walk again. And then you got to go back on the field and play with him. Those are things that they're in the locker room that really change the way that things run. If you got to think about this, you're a running back and your lead blocker, you don't know if he wants to play. your lead blocker, bro. That changes the way you hit that hole.
I ain't hitting that hole.
Jay,
you know what I'm saying? Like it changes everything.
At the end of the day, he do not have a quarterback who trusts him. He don't have a quarterback who can give him the football. And I don't care what they say. I want out. I want to win. I'm this great talent of a wide receiver. I've been in the league this long, and I've not won anything. I want out. I don't care.
Like we have a Baker Mayfield burner account here.
No, but he's real though. And when he does perform, then everybody's quiet. Oh, look at Baker. Look at what he's doing with the team. Look at Chubb and look at Hunt. And then the second, there's a little bit of struggling. It's Baker is not cut out to do. We're right back as if the dude's a rookie again. I just don't get it with Baker. You're talking about a guy that he just lost to us.
Yeah,
it was a heck of a game. It was a heck of a game. It was a heck of a game. The week before when he lost to what you call it? Help me out here, Mike. I forget. I can't get their schedule off the top of my head.
Has 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I don't want to hear anything else about Baker Mayfield.
But the Chargers game, that was the game I was looking for. The Chargers game.
Right. But let me ask you though, Freddie, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We also don't talk about the fact that he had over 80% of his passes completed. That's a wide margin of something that's excellent. Usually the normal standard is in low 60s. But what I'm trying to say
63%.
Ramsey's gone. Cooper has not stepped up, and Odell missed the first 3 games, and he's been grooming himself.
Give him a break.
So what I'm trying to say is, you have a great tandem, and look at Chubb's stats, look at Hunt's stats, look at how they're performing, look at how they're running this football team. You understand your weapons are hurt, your weapons are coming off catastrophic injuries that take years. Yeah, exactly. And what I'm trying to say is though, Baker's stats aren't, Baker has his moments where I look at him and I go, what are you doing? But there's other moments where I look at it and I go, I understand that Baker understands the game plan. Baker's not going out there doing things for his stats.
Thank you.
You think Jarvis Landry is happy?
Yes, please. Y'all don't watch Beyond.
I'm done. I think Odell is probably happier than Jarvis is at this point in time.
I just want to go over some numbers with you guys since you guys want to talk about that, okay? Baker, for me that drafted that high, that's unacceptable. I don't care what you say. We look at Patrick Mahomes on a down year, a year that people said he don't
but
look.
They're not even the same caliber of team.
So this man to throw 18 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. This dude only got 6 touchdowns. Really?
Yeah, but we're not even
week 7. Stop it, Jay. If this is dang well, if this is your quarterback, you would not be pleased. I don't care. I'm done.
Name the stars on Kansas City that's injured. Well, name the stars on Kansas City that's injured.
I said I'm done talking about because y'all both sound
because you don't have it.
Because it don't matter. Because any other day you would not be talking like this, Jay.
We're going to transition.
Freddie, real quick though, Jay. Freddie, who's the head coach of the Cleveland Browns?
Kozlowski, Ivy says his name. It don't matter.
You don't know his name, do you?
You don't know his name.
Andy
I do know his name. I just can't say.
What's his name then?
Say his first name.
It don't matter who it is. I know who the coach is. I don't have to know his name. I know who the coach is. Y'all don't watch Baker Mayfield play because you want to get his man the praise. He's a bum.
Anyways, should we consider the Ravens the favorite to win the AFC so far? Go with you, Mike.
Me. It's an interesting conversation. I definitely think, because of the way momentum is shifting and the way that they're putting the league on notice, they definitely are my favorite. I'm a Lamar Jackson guy. I like him. I love him. I love everything about his game. My thing is, I think there's a lot of competition out there. Now, the biggest thing to me is that the Chiefs are out of it, pretty much. I mean, the Chiefs are out of it. I hope you're talking about Baker because we're going to get mad disrespectful in here if we talk about Lamar. Baker. Yeah. So, obviously you look at it from the perspective of, how do you stop Lamar? You can't. You make him throw the ball. Now you can't. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can really do to stop this man. And defensively, that team is stepping up from a large margin. We every single week I hear Jay say the same thing. Jay, this is not a shot at you, but it's just something that I always notice. We always talk about how that secondary is banged up. But then the next day, we never talk about how that secondary lost them the game. And we never talk about how that secondary is the reason that they are falling. That secondary is stepping up, in my opinion. Yes, they're definitely undersized right now, and they're definitely, not as talented as the wide receivers they're going up against. If they have to go up against Diggs or Tyreek or someone along those lines, it's going to be some hurt. But I think they're definitely holding their own, and they are game planning the right way, offensively, defensively. You have the best kicker in football. You have a great offensive-minded guy right now, and let's face it. If you don't need Le'Veon Bell to rush 100 yards, but you can have Freeman give you a little something, you can have Lamar give you a bunch of workload, and then you can have Le'Veon do his thing. I think despite not having Gus, despite not having Dobbins, they haven't missed a beat. To Jay's point earlier. So I have them as my favorites just because of the momentum right now. We see the Bills perform every single week, but I still think they're very young and they still have a lot to prove. You have a lot of guys, like your number one running back right now is a rookie, and then the other one's Josh Allen, because I don't really trust Singletary like that. Knox is okay, but he's no Mark Andrews. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. So right now, respectfully, as of right now, I think they're putting the league on notice, and they are your AFC guys right now.
Freddie?
Listen here, man. When I look at this, I'm talking about what I see this year.
Right.
When you look at the Ravens, I look at Lamar. I always knew that he could throw the football. But he's proven everybody else that, hey, I can throw the football. And, people finally understanding that. I'm looking, and he's not just doing that. He's being the running game for him as well, just like Mike just said it. They played some tough games that came to the end. They played some games that they had to have heart to fight back to win. And they're good on defensively as well. And you always have to give respect to Patrick Mahomes and the big three. Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey. But when I look at that Chiefs team, I see a team that's not even just decent on defense, that I can say that can give me a stop in the fourth quarter to give my offense the ball again. I don't see that. I don't see that same explosion like I normally do. And I understand, and I'm going to just be honest with you, it could be a situation where they say, you know what? We just want to make it to the party. We just want to make it to the dance. And then when we get there, we know what we're capable of doing. It could be that situation. I wouldn't be surprised if it is that situation. But right now, when I look at the Ravens, I look at a team that should be the favorites of the AFC. Just because, what we've seen up to week 6. And like I said, it could change, but right now, that's what I see.
I mean, it's a no-brainer right now. Like I said, those close games, that Chiefs game, that comes down to the heart. That Oakland game, that comes down to the heart. And in no way, shape, or form do I take anything away from them for losing that game. But just fighting that way, pushing it in overtime, week 1, Monday Night Football, in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, that crowd's going hype. He's gone through that. Then he comes back, does the same thing the next week in Kansas City. He comes back, does the same thing the next week in Detroit, which, some might say that they shouldn't even have been that close with Detroit. But it's, what up, coach? But it's just the situation of, going through that and whatnot. Now, looking at this, to come out, and if we were sitting here last week and we had this conversation, I'd say, man, we'd have to talk after the Chargers game, because the Chargers were looking great. But to come out and completely put the fire out that quick, they were in control from the start to the finish. And they just put a stomping on what some thought was the best, if not, top 3, the best team in the AFC last week in San Diego. That was the look at it. You couldn't tell me last week that San Diego was in top 3 team in the AFC. So for them to come out and do that to San Diego the way that in the manner that they did is crazy. Another thing, Lamar Jackson, I think this year is going to be pushing 4,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. You know what I mean? And he's on pace right now to destroy a lot of records, that some records that we thought we wouldn't see from guys from, Vicks and things like that. So The dude is amazing. The haters need to go ahead and leave this one alone. Lamar, this is his year as far as the AFC is concerned to me.
But I will not count out the Bills as well. The Bills are in the picture as well.
Yeah.
So definitely can't forget them. Them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I said, don't count out the Chiefs because I mean it could be one of those scenarios where they coasting through the season. They just want to get they just want to get to the dance. And I just know with those three, anything's possible.
Well, look, we're gonna transition to this next one. We're gonna put we're gonna give you your time, Freddie.
For what?
What will it take for the New York Giants to recover?
A restart.
To make a restart. This ain't NASCAR. You know what I mean? But what is it gonna take? For them to become a playoff team. Freddie, I'm gonna let you go first on this one. Obviously,
I'm pulling up Daniel Jones' numbers real quick.
Zeros.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Trey, hey, hold on. Before you even go, my man right here might have the answer.
On the real.
My man right here might have the answer. You need to.
No, I should not. I should not.
Go ahead.
Ravens.
Monday morning, I was so mad. Not for the fact that we lost, because I knew he was going to lose. I was mad that Dave freaking Gettleman was still my general manager. I was mad that Jason Garrett is not gone. Freddie Kitchens is not gone. What are you, Morris, the Mara family, what are you saving him for? What are you saving him for? To the end of the season. I don't care about that. Get rid of him now. Get rid of him now. Dave Gettleman have not done anything for this franchise. Have not done anything. He came in, I'm going to give you the offensive line. Where is it at? You have so much talent on the offensive end. But we haven't seen nothing. We've seen glimpses of it, but I need to see it more. Where's this defense that was last year? Where's this defense? Man, I'm just sick of it, man. I'm just ready for Dave Gettleman to go. And whoever thinks trading Saquon Barkley is an option, you just need to shut the hell up. That ain't an option. You know why? This is one of the best running backs in football when healthy. One of the best running backs in football when healthy. And if you think you need to trade him, man, get up out of here. Because Saquon, he's like Barry Sanders. He can make things happen. Right. You seen how big that dude, man, you have thighs, ankles that big, man. And Daniel Jones wasn't playing bad until yesterday when he threw the 3 interceptions. But other than that, we seen if he gets some kind of protection that he can look like a decent quarterback.
Right.
We've seen that. But this offensive line can't hold up. Our defense need improvement. Gettleman need to be gone. Jason Garrett need to be gone.
Right.
And with Freddie Kitchens, you have 2 offensive coordinators there who failed in the NFL as head coaches, and you bring them on your coaching staff.
I will say this, Freddie. Gentlemen, it's been an amazing time. I have a basketball fantasy draft that's coming in 2 seconds. So I'll leave my last comment very quickly. There ain't nothing you could do. At least not for this season. There ain't nothing you could do. It's too late. The team understands the front office doesn't know what they're doing. The team understands that this is really a development year. It's the same thing with the Bears. The Bears understand that. Justin Fields understands that. We all understand that the biggest hope you have come January is that you can end that season saying Daniel Jones looked good, Justin Fields looked good, and they're finally starting to mesh. So that's where I take from this, and that's what I take. At the end of the season, of course, Freddie, you and I both know we want our guys gone. We want Matt Nagy gone. We want we want Garrett gone. We want all these guys gone right now. But as of right now, to make the playoffs, there ain't nothing you can do because there's no one we can hire right now until the end of the season. You know what I mean? So that's where I look at it. But it's been lit. It's been dope. I'll be back. Freddie, hold your butt for the next time on the show because I want to hear what you got to say. Jay, I like your new laptop. It's been real. Go Bears.
Hey, Jay, before you go, I want to say one thing. I take that back. I would trade Saquon Barkley.
Oh, wait.
One player. Hold on for this one player. And I'm keeping a close eye on him. If I see Russell Wilson wants out of Seattle, we know Sierra wants to go out there in New York. Sierra wants to be in New York. There was rumored this summer that he'd go to the Giants. Now, we able to get him there? True. And you know what? To my dad, you're right. I am a low-key Cowboy fan. You know why? I love to see the entertainment because y'all make me laugh so hard. You make me laugh so hard.
You just trying to have as many possibilities to win every year. No, but see, that's the thing though, Freddie. You got to understand, man. When looking at the Giants, kind of like what Mike was alluding to with Chicago, this is the try it out year, and Anthony, he hit the nail in the coffin. If I'm in the front office, man, and I'm looking at my squad, I'm looking at my team, or I'm looking at my workforce, I got a guy that the backup that's there every year playing, no matter who it is, they playing every year, they putting up numbers, they're giving me production. Yeah, you're looking at me crazy. The backup plays for the Giants. Saquon don't play for the backup running back.
No, whomever he don't put up numbers like Saquon.
No. Saquon, yeah, he do. Saquon don't put up numbers like him. How you put up numbers on a hospital bed or the couch?
But Jay, how can the teams?
He's in every week, man. Every year.
Jay, but what has the team done to protect him? Nothing.
Oh, so it's everybody else's fault.
Jay,
I mean, I'm just saying.
You got to talk objective. I mean, no, because you're not talking objective right now.
No,
what has that franchise done to protect Saquon Barkley? Not a SWAT thing.
First of all, I wasn't done with what I was telling you about the Giants. So we wasn't getting on what have they done to protect Saquon. This ain't about Saquon. It's about the Giants.
You just mentioned them.
But I did mention them. But it ain't about protecting Saquon. It's about what's best for the team.
It is about protecting. That is best for the team. What are you talking about, Jay?
No, because I don't think it's. See, okay, Suggs with the Todd Gurley thing. That's a perfect example. Actually, perfect for bringing him up. That's the same situation that was going on with the Rams with Todd Gurley when he first came around. Remember when Todd Gurley was doing great in the beginning? He had the knee injury issue. He was still doing good, but he was injured. He was injured a lot. He was in and out. And the Rams decided it was better off for the team to move on from him.
That's not what happened.
And honestly, Freddie, I love Saquon. Saquon on the field is one of my best or favorite running backs in the league. He's exciting. He's exciting. That's my boy too. Antoine, I just don't agree. Saquon is exciting. He runs hard, and he has all the intangibles to be a home run hitter at that position. So I love Saquon Barkley. But what's best for the Giants at the moment, I think, is get your value out of Saquon and move on. You're at the bottom of the league. The guy ain't giving you no production year in and year out. How many games has he played since he's been in the NFL, Freddie?
Jay, what do you mean this dude not giving?
He's never on the field.
Jay, if the team can protect him, he won't get hurt. This team, Dave Gettleman, have yet learned how to protect this man. They will not put an offensive line in front of this man. This man is making things happen with his legs himself.
So you're the general manager.
So you're the general manager. Gotta go.
So you're the general manager of the Giants. Who are you going to get for your offensive line? Who's available?
Whoever's available. I don't know who's available. I don't know the free agent list.
No one's available.
How do you know that? You know the free agent list?
I know there ain't no offensive lineman on it.
How do you know? We don't know who's going to get cut. We don't know what kind of trades they can be made. We don't know who's in the draft.
But that's different. That's
not different. This man has been in the office 4 to 5 years and yet to get an offensive line down there. Yet to get it down there, Jay.
They tried. I mean, they got rid of Pugh. They got rid of Pugh. They moved on from Pugh. They thought he was the issue over there at guard. So they moved on from Jason. I mean, they're trying. They just haven't been.
No, they're not trying.
Let's be honest.
Dave Gettleman been trashed ever since he came to New York.
Let me be honest. That injury that he had last week wasn't a fluke injury. That wasn't about protection. That was a fluke injury.
Yes, that was a fluke injury, but I'm talking about every other injury, Jay.
Man.
I mean, this dude is like Barry Sanders. He's got to make things happen behind a bad offensive line. Daniel, when they hike the ball, it's bad when your linebackers already crossed the line.
I'm going to have to make sure Anthony Price is always in these comments because he right on with me. Derrick Henry don't need it.
But he still get good protection.
Who? Derrick Henry?
Yes, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry puts you in a duffel bag and carry you with him 10 yards.
And Saquon did the same thing, but
he do.
Yes, he do. But it comes times where your old line needs protection. We look at Zeke Elliott. Why is he one of the best running backs of today's game? Because the Cowboys, when they block for him, he's always elite.
For real, Suggs. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. Look, I'm not saying now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Giants should turn around and trade him tomorrow. I think that for me, honestly, it might be the best move for him. Because look, Freddie, you agree with me that they've actually attempted to build a line. They just haven't been successful.
They've attempted. But they haven't been. Only way I'm trading is if you know you have a chance to get a Russell Wilson. That's the only way I'm trading them. Other than that, I mean, stop it. I say my dad's a Cowboy fan. They known for excuses of 20.
No. He's talking about you having excuses for your boy.
That's not excuses. That's facts. You know
he's
football. You know you need an O-line. Without an O-line, you're not useful.
Derrick Henry. Anyways, we're gonna move on.
And what has that got in them?
What has it got in what?
Derrick Henry. When the last time they made a deep run in the playoffs?
What?
Oh, exactly.
Wait. So you're saying that's what it takes to be successful at the running back position and make a deep run into the playoffs? Well, you guys
no, Jay, I did not say that. There you go, putting words in my mouth.
I'm saying, hey, you better get rid of him, man.
I don't know who's worse, you or Chris, that like to put words in my mouth.
I ain't putting no words. I'm just telling you what it sounds like to the outside looking in.
No, you just like to put words in my mouth.
I don't know
what I said was.
I don't know what your words are rattling around in your head sounding like, but I'm just telling you what it sounds like.
You hear me.
Look, so Monday Night Football preview, review, kind of update. It's 20-17 going into the third. We kind of both mentioned earlier, Buffalo. We put them kind of up in that totem pole in the AFC right now. You behind the scenes earlier kind of mentioned that Tennessee was kind of a up and down, teeter-totter kind of team. You just took a shot at them right now, whereas it got them with Derrick Henry. I mean, how important is this game for Buffalo or Tennessee for that matter?
I think this is a must-win for Tennessee. Okay. This going to show. To me, it shows me what type of football team this. A few weeks ago, I said this team will. With all the Henrys that they have. What I said was this team is loaded with skill players, but your quarterback. When you look at him, he's 4 for 12 so far, has 71 yards and an interception. That's not acceptable as a quarterback. When you have Derrick Henry, when you have Brown, you have Julio Jones, on that team. Even though it's 2017, I didn't think it'll be a blowout from the Bills. I thought it would be a close game. But like I said,
Diggs just did a step back. He looked like 2K out there.
But
what's going on, Nate the Great?
I just wanted to say one thing, but I'll wait till Freddie finishes.
No, you good. You good.
Go ahead, man.
I think that this is more of for Tennessee. I think this is more of a state. If Tennessee wins, I think this is more of a statement comeback. Because, however you want to word that, because of their loss to the New York Jets, I think it's more of a, hey, this defines whether they're a solid, decent team or they're terrible.
That means there's no days off. That's what that means. Don't be looking past people. No, I kind of agree with you. What are you saying though, Freddie?
All I'm saying is when you look at this, Tennessee Titans team, man, you can't have all these weapons and then you have a drop off at the QB position. We already know what the Bills are. Yes, there's a top chop off from Ryan Tannehill. I mean, he only has 71 yards, Jay. I mean, stop it. I mean, bro, if this dude was your quarterback for the Cardinals and doing this, you would be going crazy yourself. I don't want to hear it. Don't come on here with this delusional take. Don't look at me like, oh, however you looking at me. I need to record to make it a meme, the next Michael Jordan meme. That'd be fire. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just ready to see this Titans team just take that next level, take that next step. Maybe right now they're tied with the coach or something like that, I believe. But we already know. We know this Bills team is going to top 2, top 3 best team in the AFC. We know what they're capable of doing. So this is a must win for the Titans in my eyes.
First of all, man, you want to attack Baker Mayfield. Ryan Tannehill is throwing the ball to Julio Jones. Julio Jones is out here looking like he has 2 bricks for him, catching the ball. He has 2 drops already. Julio's known for dropping passes, if you ask me. He hasn't had a 10 touchdown season since 2012. That's their number 1 wide receiver right now, man. AJ Brown's been he's been kind of hampered all season. So he hasn't had much to work with the wide receiver core.
Okay. Is everybody but the quarterback?
Hold on. Derrick Henry, he's doing his thing. He has 9 attempts for 96 yards in this game, which is also a reason why Tannehill only has 71 yards. They're not throwing the ball. They only have 12 attempts. They have one of the best running backs in the game. They only have 21 receptions. Snaps on offense in the first place, and 12 of them are passes. So, I mean, they're balancing it out. But again, Buffalo, let's not take it away from them. Their defense has stepped up a lot. Their defense is looking really, really good this year. And I think if you look at, the Buffalo from last year, that was their only hiccup in their game was their defense in a side of the ball. And they weren't no slouches. But that was the only thing that I would have looked at last year and said that they could really make an improvement on beside the running back position. So, you know what I mean? I'm not putting anything past them, but I think that Tennessee, this is a must win for Tennessee more than anything. Because the Colts are right behind them. I think the Colts hit a switch 2 games ago. They started out this year looking poor. Carson Wentz kind of banged up. So I think Tennessee really has to watch out for the Colts. The Colts could come in and really knock them off their wagon, knock them out the playoffs. And Nate, I couldn't disagree with you right now. But if healthy AJ Brown, and you don't have a question who's your number 1 receiver there. No, I don't know, Yoel. I don't know anymore. I think with a healthy Baltimore Ravens roster, you got Gus Edwards and Dobbins over there. I think that Baltimore team is probably the best team in the AFC. After what I've seen this year so far, and then what I've seen from them when they are healthy. And then that's another thing too. Suggs, Rodgers has came on really strong this year. But again, is him looking well due to the fact that they are doubling on Julio when he is out there and AJ Brown is banged up. So, he's underperforming. I'm not sure. So, time will tell on that one. I still got Buffalo pulling this game out. But it's looking a little closer than I actually thought it would be. But Freddie, let's switch the gears. Let's go to the NBA. Me and you have been back and forth with this topic over the last couple months. I've talked to a few different people in regards to the Kyrie situation. We all know what's going on with that. Adam Silver came out today and even said, the issue that Kyrie has is not with the NBA. It's with New York City. The mandate is not an NBA mandate. It's a New York City mandate. So, we know what's going on there. It looks as of right now, we're going to mark the Brooklyn Nets minus Kyrie. Okay. So, with doing that, my question to you is, can the Nets win a championship without Kyrie Irving?
No. They're going to need Kyrie Irving for this battle. And the reason why I say that is because that Bucks team is hungry. They finally, went across the finish line. They know what it feels like to win. Giannis, what we've seen in the preseason so far, this dude is lighting up and shooting the ball good so far. I mean, I know it's a little sample size, but if he carries that over into the season, could you imagine if he just got the mid range where he just it's just pure, and then he could throw in a decent 3-point shooter, and then you have Middleton, Holiday doing their thing. Even though I thought losing PJ Tucker was a big deal for that team. But I just believe the road of battle to getting to the finals is going to be a little bit harder for the Nets, for just James Harden and Kevin Durant. And the reason why I say that is because you don't just have the Bucks. You have to worry about Miami. You have to worry about Chicago. You would have to worry about, different teams that get there. And then my thing is, if you're asking Kevin Durant and Kyrie and James Harden do a little bit too much, can they last that long without that third option where, maybe some can rest during the season, so one can take, night off or something like that. And then if you're talking about going to the finals, shoot, man, hey, it is just up for grabs from there. You talking about if you're going against that Laker team that have great perimeter defense around them, have one of the 3 of the top 6, 7, 8 players in the league. And if you're talking about Phoenix, who have Devin Booker, who can go off any given game, you have Chris Paul orchestrating, getting a bridge, and DeAndre Ayton and Cam Johnson, and those guys involved as well. Or even if you look at Denver, with their size, with the Joker and Murray. So and you can't count the Warriors as well. So it's just, I don't know. It's just gonna be a little bit harder without Kyrie Irving is the one that just throws them a little bit off balance. Because if you look at their big 3, they're better offensively than the Lakers' big 3. They are. Those 3 can go out and give you 30, 35, 40 a game. So, I don't know. They probably can, but it'll be tough. I'll put it that way. It'll be real tough.
So before I go on about that, I want to address this. All Arizona, everything over here. They don't have a problem. Suggs, looking at the teams from the past and looking at our squad, it's the same thing that went on with Atlanta last year, when they were dealing with
Collins.
Yeah, with John Collins and the Trae Young situation. You only have so much money per year. You only have so much money available when you do these extensions. Luxury tax this, luxury tax that. That's all fine and dandy. We can all pay the luxury tax. But at the same time, when you look at these successful teams, a la the LA Lakers, a la the Milwaukee Bucks, New Jersey Nets, these teams here, as they get deeper into the season, they still have money and availability to move around. And when these guys get bought out, make these signings. The one way that we have to stay relevant, I think, is stay on top of our money management. And I think that's what the Suns are doing here. Today they went ahead and made an extension with Landry Shamet. They made an extension with him for 4 years, $43 million. They went ahead and completed an extension with McCall Bridges as well, 4-year, $90 million contract right there. I think that DeAndre Ayton's time will come. But signing DeAndre Ayton to that Supermax deal this year, there wouldn't have been no extension for McCall Bridges. There wouldn't have been no extensions for Landry Shamet. So I think it was
slap in the face.
I think it was more of timing. I think that also you're going to see DeAndre Ayton get paid more than all those guys you listed there. I think that he's going to be getting paid more than Michael Porter Jr. He's going to get paid more than Shai Alexander. But again, he should, because he's the third pick over. He's the third pick.
He shouldn't. No, he should
or
not.
the first pick. He shouldn't get paid more than what?
No, those guys. No, they should. No,
he shouldn't be getting paid more than Alexander.
No,
he shouldn't get paid more than Michael Porter Jr.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Well, his accolades and stats say that.
What accolades? What accolades?
That's what qualifies him.
What accolades, Jay?
That's what qualifies him for.
I'm kind of agreeing with Freddie here. I don't think he should get paid more than Luka or Dre.
Sure not.
I didn't say Luka or Dre. I said Alexander and Michael Porter Jr.
What accolades?
I thought you were saying all of those guys.
No, I think what does he have? Like 40 doubles last year. That's a big thing.
Oh, that's accolades. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm saying those are qualifiers with the new CBA. The way that the CBA works is you have to meet certain qualifiers, and that gives you like different pay ranges of what you can sign your contract for. Like a super max deal for like a player outside of your rookie contract, you have to make all NBA first team. To me,
it's a slap in the face. You know why? It shows what a franchise don't want to win. You pay. I was just about to say that, Antoine. You pay Chris Paul all that money, an older player, instead of going with your future after you seen what DeAndre Ayton did in this playoff in that final run, and you don't pay that man. You pay Shamit over this man. Stop it, man. No.
Okay.
That's a slap in the face.
No. It simply comes down to this. If I take DeAndre Ayton, sit him down, and go get somebody else, versus if I take Chris Paul, sit him down, and go get somebody else, are the Suns the same team? The answer to the DeAndre Ayton, it changes a little bit, but we still stay competitive. We still stay right up there against the top. The answer to the Chris Paul, no, our team is not the same team. We change everything. Period. That's what it comes down to.
I don't think so. You go out there and get Alonzo
Ball.
It's
simple. We had
you go out there and get a Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard. Come on. Let's be realistic. Be realistic. Don't come out.
I am being realistic. Anything I come out my mouth is being realistic.
How are we going to get
the name of this show is Real Talk.
So how are we going to get Damian Lillard?
A trade. It got to be a trade, Jay.
So we're going to trade Chris Paul and who?
Chris Paul's and draft picks. I mean, it don't have to be much. I mean, Portland. No, it don't have to be.
Portland's franchise player. What do you mean?
Jay, if he forced himself a trade, it don't have to be much. We've seen the other teams lose when that star player.
Oh, I get it. This is one of them Laker fan thought process where the league helps you out, and y'all just end up with a whole bunch of extra Easter eggs in y'all basket.
The league don't help us out at all.
That's how you be
the league. I just root for a team that we not afraid to take chances. My team knows what it takes to win. And your team don't want to pay your young star center.
Avery Bradley was picked up off of waivers today.
No, so what? That's not the NBA. That's my GM scouting players to know what to do.
How many players on the roster?
They don't matter. We'll have 15 starting tomorrow.
You guys at 22?
We'll have 15 starting tomorrow.
How many players are on y'all roster? How many
15.
Players? What do y'all got? Y'all can do 2 buses to the event, huh?
No.
Y'all take 2 planes.
Hey, all I'm saying is, Jay, this is one of your star players, man. It's just a slap in your face, his face. This same thing the Cowboys did with Dak. They paid everybody until him. You paid everybody and Steph's
how
man.
Did that work out?
Please.
Dak's happy now.
And there's a report that says that DeAndre Ayton is not happy right now.
Okay.
And Anthony Price, since when did age come into an equation of playing a sport? Didn't we say a lot of young folks can't win championships?
That's a soft spot.
Get out of here, man.
Don't poke the bear in his soft spot.
I don't have a soft spot because when it comes to June, I have a list and I'm calling everybody out.
All right, but back to the Kyrie thing. We got carried away. See what happens.
You got carried away.
Let's see what happens. But back to the Kyrie thing. They can win a title without Kyrie. I mean, last year we saw Kevin Durant and a one-legged James Harden, take Milwaukee down to the last shot. I think with a healthy James Harden and a healthy Kevin Durant, this team is dangerous regardless. We don't have to have that discussion. This team is dangerous regardless. And Kevin Durant, between everyone in the NBA, if I got to say I got to go on a streak of 10 games with one superstar, Kevin Durant's in my top 3 to pick out of those. You know, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and
you don't want to say it. You want to, but you don't want to. I know it.
I go with Devin Booker over LeBron.
Oh, please, get up out of here.
But you know what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying, though. So,
but Jay, bro, we seen that, but he had Kyrie and Harden to help him get there, bro. I'm talking about from the start of the playoffs to the end. Health got a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I mean it does, but I mean you added the bench depth with Javon Carter. Claxton started playing well last year. Javon Carter is a great defender. They don't need it, but that's the thing too. You got to look at that team and the personnel that you're bringing on, Freddie. You bring on Javon Carter. You got 2 guys that can score 60 points. Between the 2 of them every single game, sometimes 70 points, depending on how hot they are. You don't really need a bunch of guys to run out there and score. You just need guys to guard the other players and make sure they don't score. So, I'm not mad at that.
Them 2 can't do it by themselves. I'm sorry. Yeah, they need some kind of scoring punch off that bench and then starting lineup. And we seen when the Brights get bright, we don't know what Joe Harris we're going to get. So
we'll see. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I want to talk about Ben Simmons. Thoughts on him coming back. I'm gonna kind of go first on this. Did you
see the report?
Like 2 hours ago that he's avoiding him. Yeah, no, I know he's gonna play. See, but that's the thing. That's kind of why I wanted to dive into it. I mean, Ben wants the bag. He's too young in his career. He hasn't had like he's not about to give up that money. He ain't about to just walk away from that money. You know what I mean? So Ben wants the bag there. But it's bad. I think it's a bad thing for the organization themselves, Freddie, because this goes back to what we were talking about, kind of like with the OBJ thing, or kind of like with guys that want to work themselves out of somewhere and get a trade going. And same thing with like if we're looking at Deshaun Watson situation, if the Houston Texans and him made amends and he came back to that locker room, it's going to be bad. And Ben Simmons right now is avoiding team huddles. He's avoiding team huddles in practice during timeouts. He's not engaged. You know what I mean? And this is supposed to be your point guard. So
what game have he played? He haven't played no game yet.
I said engaged.
No, I'm not worried about that, but okay.
You gotta be during timeouts, during things like that. He's not gonna be engaged with the team to know what the play is, to know what's going on. You're not worried about that?
He's going to be a professional. I'm not worried about that at all. Jay,
I mean, that's a great assumption. We hope he will, but we don't know. And right now, the reports are in practice, he's not. And during in practice, he's not engaging with the team huddles. He's not engaging with the players on the court and talking during practice. He's not.
Well, he don't have to do that not until whenever that season starts. When season starts, as long as they're winning, it won't be a problem. I promise you.
Yeah, and I agree. Well, yeah,
and let's be honest with you, he's a weak-minded individual. He's a weak-minded individual because you get mad for a team who's just trying to tell you, "Hey, man, you can't pass up a dunk over Trae Young."
But again, this is what I don't think people are factoring in when we're like, "Oh, we're bringing him back. He needs to be a professional." We're talking about his coach who. I would be honest with you. If it was me in his shoes and I get drafted, to Philly, and then here comes Doc Rivers, I'm like, Doc Rivers, and especially his age, Doc Rivers is a coach that you've seen for a while. You probably looked up to. You've probably been like, man, that's a great coach. I would love to be coached by him. And now he's in front of you, coaching you. And for him to say, the things that Doc was saying about him, saying, I don't think we can win with them. I don't think that's demoralizing.
So sensitive, man. People got to stop being so sensitive.
It's easy to say that over here, but when you got 60,000, when you got 60,000 people in the stadium booing you while you have the ball, that's nerve-wracking, bro.
Well, sometimes you got to open your eyes up and stop being so weak, Jay.
But that don't change how it make you feel when the people are booing you.
Do you think that Kobe would have ran from that? Do you think Michael Jordan would have ran from that?
Michael Jordan. He ain't nowhere near them players
nowadays. Man, you talking about?
Wait, but you're talking about 2 of the best.
Oh, please.
You talk about like
you
somebody
think
like
Devin Booker would have ran from that? Please.
But again, Devin Booker's already proven that he's better than most of these people.
He just proven this year.
You just started watching them. That's
no,
what that means.
no. I've always watched Devin Booker. We just saw that we just recognized that he can play winning basketball because they haven't won anything since this year. Jay, open your eyes. Remember that.
Oh, I need to open my eyes. Remember.
Yes, that y'all just started winning.
Okay, because I haven't been following them forever. But
obviously not. If you don't think that's the case.
No, that ain't nobody even talking about that. I don't know why you switched the narrative on that. But anyway,
I'm not changing the narrative.
I could tell. All alone on a lonely brick road. You walking down a yellow brick road all the way to Wizard of Oz or something.
No, my wall
by yourself.
Red. It's red, not yellow. Red.
Change the color. Don't matter the destination. Anyway, let's move on to the Lakers Warrior preview. Lakers. They lost their first meeting with Golden State last year. Then they snapped an early 5-game winning streak by LA when that happened. Lakers also lost opening night last year to the Los Angeles Clippers. Who you got in this one?
It can, this game can get real dangerous. The reason why I say that is if Steph Curry get hot and he start going off, that game can get, really dangerous because it will open up for the others. But the Lakers, they went 0-6 in preseason. The big three did look good the last game they played against the Kings. LeBron dropped 30. I believe AD dropped like 18 and Westbrook dropped like 20, 22, something like that. They started looking good and formidable. I believe Malik Monk and Ellington and Nunn will be ready for the tomorrow. They was dealing with little injuries. Melo looked good. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan and Rondo. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers, but I don't expect it to be no blowout or anything like that.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I feel like this is gonna be like a dance off. And what I mean by that is we're gonna see a lot of alley-oops to LeBron. We're gonna see Russ doing that little shimmy he be doing when he walked down the court. We're gonna see a lot of it, and the reason being, just to be perfectly honest, they have something to prove. I think this year, you get a good squad together. You're obviously looking for, the championship. But I think with this year, with this particular squad, you got Russ, who you look at Russ, he's had good squads over the year. He's played with Kevin Durant. He's played with James Harden. He's played with Paul George. He's played with Steven Adams. He's played with Ibaka. He's played with all these guys, and he's played with, James Harden as well twice, so he's played with all these guys and he hasn't been able to do it. He hasn't been able to get that ring fitted for his finger yet. And Melo. And you know what I mean? And when you look at that, Freddie, that gives people questions like, is Russ the problem? Is Russ not a winner? Is there something missing in his game? Where's the hole at? Some people blame him for OKC not winning it when it was him and James Harden and Durant. They said that he shot him out of the game. You know what I mean? Some people say the same thing about the series against Portland, that he shot him out those last 2 games.
I think a little bit more on Paul George than Westbrook because Westbrook dropped like 50, bro.
Yeah, no, but that's always the thing though. Westbrook always gives you points. But he'll put up 35 points on 42 shots. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and remember, Westbrook's one of my favorite point guards in this league. And he plays with most heart out of any other player in the NBA. So to me, I have nothing but dire respect for Russell Westbrook.
And hold on, Joe. I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know what? I think that's why the Lakers, I don't know if you've noticed on their moves.
Yes, sir.
And I believe, and this kind of goes to Suggs, I believe that, LeBron's going to be in Westbrook ear a lot this year. I even think about the addition of Rajon Rondo because Rondo is more of a traditional point guard than Westbrook, and I believe that those guys are going to kind of, say, hey, this is how you do it. I believe, the first 3 quarters, they're going to let Westbrook be Westbrook. And I really believe in the fourth quarter, we'll see more of Rondo, and LeBron, setting guys up, orchestrating with the ball in their hand, just so they know, they're making the right decisions. So I really don't, Westbrook gonna be Westbrook. But what I'm saying is he has more veterans on his team that knows the game inside and out. That can kind of say, hey, you need to do this here, do this here, do this there. And then I look at it, man. Hey, LeBron has a chip on his shoulder as well, though. He has something to prove. We like the last time he won the championship, everybody wanted to say that he was old, he was washed, and what did he do? He came out and said the Wash King. They were saying that he's not the best anymore. So okay, well, let me go ahead and show you who. What I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I heard the dude in his press conference today, and he was talking about limiting his minutes. And then the first thing he said, I get hurt when I play less minutes. Something like that. He said, I don't need to do no minutes. Something to that degree. And I mean, he don't. I mean, he knows his body. The man knows his body.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I agree with you. There's a lot of players on this. A lot of players on the team have chips on their shoulders. Kendrick Nunn, we already know how he holds that Miami Heat mindset. Malik Monk has something to prove. Melo, he's hungry for a championship, and Dwight Howard, he always have that edge. I just be afraid when Dwight's on the court sometime, man.
I think the biggest thing for Russell Westbrook is going to be having his the ability and the reach to reach out and talk to Magic Johnson. I think that Magic Johnson is going to be walking kind of more by him and leading him more than we think. The other thing is that don't be surprised if you don't see the 5 be Russ, Rondo, Melo, LeBron, and AD in the fourth quarter.
So
we experimented with that as well a couple of times in the preseason, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's their closer.
So what's going to be nice, I was going to hop on and say something nice about the Lakers, about it being early in the season. So
we don't want none of that, Nate. We
about
don't want
the whole
no nice
injury
things
thing,
about the
but
Lakers.
then I see this comment. I was going to be nice and say that the Lakers are going to win against the Warriors because it's early in the season and we're not going to see like a lot of. It's still early enough, so the majority of the full roster is healthy. Then I see this comment.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Did you see their new sponsorship, Freddie?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Which one? You saw the one about how they're sponsored by aspirin?
You got a lot of jokes.
No, but seriously, beyond the age thing, LeBron and AD were banged up a lot last year, and I think a lot of that had to do with the whole NBA in general. Because it coming from that bubble and that shortened season right back into it, there was a lot more back-to-backs and a lot more games in a 1 week span, and it was just crunched up, that schedule. So I think a lot of players in the NBA dealt with that more than everything. So I don't think that's going to be a Laker thing necessarily, but I do think that LeBron, AD, Russ, Carmelo, they are going to have to do some load management throughout the year.
Hey, and look out for that kid Reeves, man. That kid can shoot that ball. He's gutsy and he can shoot. They call him Hillbilly Kobe for a reason.
That dude's nice.
Hey, so I heard Coach Frank Vogel, spoke highly of him. So, and LeBron even said that he can see him step up into the Alex Caruso role. So I mean
that won't be hard to do.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
so let's move along. Let's wrap it up real quick, Freddie. Nets and Bucks. Who you got?
I'm gonna go to Bucks for us to give them the rings. First game of the season, they're gonna have a lot of emotions, a lot of energy, pumped up for the game. It's just another game for the the Nets, them figuring out what they're gonna do and how they're gonna get their rotations and everything set up. But I'm going with the Bucks, but it'll be like about 3 or 4 points though.
Yeah, they got the spread Nets by 1 in Vegas. Star bench cut. We got this is a good one. Nate, come on up here.
Ooh, this is a good one, I think.
All right, so we got start bench cut. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, and Mr. Anthony Davis. Nate, start bench cut.
Well, off of injuries, start Joker, bench bench Joel Embiid, and then cut Anthony Davis off of injuries alone.
Freddie?
Well, I can't go off injuries. I got to go off the skill. I'm gonna start Joel Embiid, and the reason why I say that is because, yes, the Joker, he can do a little bit more on the offensive side. Yes, he can do that, but Joel Embiid can get you in the post. He can shoot the mid range in the three, but he do it on defense as well. And then on the bench, I got to put the Joker on the bench. I mean, the dude just won MVP for a big man. Since the last person did that, I believe, was Shaq. He had an amazing season. There's people that believe that they can go all the way or go at least to the finals if the Joker was healthy. And then you have to cut Anthony Davis because he had one of his worst years last year. Let's just, but if we talking about the bubble year, then AD's definitely started in my eyes.
Well, I don't care what year you're talking about because Nikola Jokic is starting all the time, every day on my team. Nikola Jokic.
Not that bubble year's not.
I just told you, I don't care what year you pick. It's Nikola Jokic.
Well, you're not being objective, Jay. What are you talking about? AD had a way better year than Joker did that year.
I'm picking Nikola Jokic every year. So Jokic, Embiid, Joel, and Anthony Davis. Unfortunately, this wasn't the best list to put him on because those two are better than him every day of the week.
No,
I think so. I mean, well, the eye test. Anthony Davis is better than them. He has every skill necessary. He's quicker on his feet. He has better lateral movement. He can play every facet of the game. But when you sit there and you watch what Nikola Jokic does to the basketball game, bro, he's ridiculous. He can pass the ball. He can shoot the ball. He can play defense. The only thing that I would knack his game for is just quickness and speed. If he had quickness and speed, he would dominate this game even more than he already does.
Just want to say one thing real quick. Mobility when doing these lists is the most important factor. I mean, it's something that was taught. Being marching band, that was something that was being taught. You can't shoot the ball if you can't play.
Yeah, if you ain't there, that's what I was telling you about Saquon. He ain't getting no production. His back. That's what I meant by his back.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back into that. I'm not going back into that.
I know you ain't. You didn't build a fence around that. I know. That's a touchy subject.
Because it's not. You're not being objective, Jay. At this point, it just
objective.
No,
that's realistic.
You act like a football player can be successful without an offensive line. I mean, stop it.
No, you're ignoring the fact that even if I improve his offensive line, if he's not on the field, it doesn't matter.
Okay, Jay.
If he's not playing the game, his backup's playing.
Jay.
I'm used to that. But anyways, thank you guys out there for another successful night here at Real Talk. We appreciate you guys in the comments. John, Anthony, you guys are really live with us tonight. We appreciate that. Especially hanging around here telling Freddie how it has to be done. I need somebody to help us check it out. Antoine, Devin, I've seen a lot of you guys out there. Again, everybody, if you're not, John, you guys, if you're not subscribed on our YouTube channel, please subscribe on the YouTube. We are, again, picking a most active user this month, or a most active audience member this month. The most active one, we're going to go ahead and send out a free shirt, ASAP shirt. So again, stay active with us. Let us know, what you guys think with Freddie's crazy takes and whatnot.
Hey, even Kim Jong-un popped on.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, I just want to give everybody the words up. Don't go watch Halloween Kills. One of the worst movies ever. I went to go watch it last night, and I regret I spent the money for it. Sorry.
You heard it here first.
Same with the
failing
lead
Halloween series, right? No, but again, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Catch us back on Thursday, right here, Real Talk.
Peace.
Until next time.
All sports, all plays. Whole